Oh no, it's in the wrong order. Oh no, I fixed it. This is winners finals, and I still haven't corrected it. All right, there we go. That's mucho gracias, as they say in Italy. All right. This is going to be exceptionally poor commentary for the record to get that out of the way. I'm like wicked tired. This isn't even going to be like, who likes my half-assed commentary? But this is probably not even going to be on that level. This is just going to be just not good. Especially solo commentary. I need someone to work off of. Whatever. All right, Green Hill Zone.
2, 1, go! No contest.
I wish I had witty things to say, right? But I really don't. Right, so Green Hill Zone is a stage. Twisty doing a little dance there on the platform. The twisted shout, is it? Hee 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 hee. You know, I don't know what Wario's taunts are, but I almost imagine that that could almost make a good taunting mechanism. You know, if you wanted to do something other than taunt, you know, repeatedly hee 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 hee. That could be a good incentive, like, yo, come over here. I think. I'm not an expert though, so who knows? Spooky. Twisty with a 2-star lead now. I've noticed that Twisty is rocking the quaff tag in game. That's pretty good. Poob is repping P1. I've never heard of that player, but I'm sure they're probably pretty good. Oh boy. Oh. Went for an interesting down air there, I believe it was. You know, I realized I never checked if I fixed the commentary earlier, but or the microphones, but I'm just gonna keep rolling like I did. And you know, if there's no sound and I'm talking to myself, then that's pretty good too. No difference. Oh, okay. So I'm assuming, yeah, my voice must be going through if people are responding to it. I think I got a little theory that P1 stands for Poob 1. It's his, he's trying to like make himself number one, right? It's like kind of like an in-game motivator. It's like, oh yeah, I'm working to be number one. So Twisty takes game one.
Winner is yes.
esports team. That's pretty groovy. I don't know if he got sponsored by them or not, though. The P1 team. My goal in Project M is to get sponsored by, I don't remember the name. Oh, yeah. Yeah, FaZe Clan. I have this idea that maybe they'll accept me, right? Because they like no scopes. And, you know, we disable items in PM. So I'll be like, yo, we disable the scopes. There's no scopes, you know? So maybe they'll be like, hey, we want to feature you in our next montage. And I'll be like, oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Were they about to go to Battlefield? Oh, no. Are they about to go to Poker? Oh.
3, 2, 1, go!
You know, I just realized. No, there's no one to talk to me. No one can respond to that. You know, this is Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Stadium. If you want to be all, oh man, you got to pronounce the agu or whatever. That was unfortunate. But think about this, right? You know the whole Pocahontas story. What if you had a Pokemon and Pocahontas crossover, huh? I think that would sell well with the kids. I think that would be a very successful movie. It would either be successful or it wouldn't. That's my tip for the day. Someone should pitch that to someone. I don't want to pitch it because I just want to pitch a really bad movie idea. I should probably talk about the game, huh? I mean, it ties into the game. Pokemon Stadium, Pocahontas, you know. It's close enough. Right. So, I mean, Twisty's got a lead, but it's not massive. It's a stock. I don't know much about this matchup, but I will say I think this matchup is in Wario's favor because Wario has gloves and Donkey Kong doesn't. So Wario can like go in a little bit more and like be like not afraid to get his hands dirty because he's throw them out later, right? They're probably latex or something. So, I mean, they kind of look like that. So that's why this matchup is in Wario's favor, I would say. I would think if Donkey Kong had been buffed for version 4, if they had given Donkey Kong gloves, then it would have worked better. Some people might say, well, he's got a boxing glove, alternate skin. And to that I would reply, all right, you destroyed my theory, but, like, I mean, you have a point. So hopefully no one ever says that to me. So if my eyes do not deceive me, Poob is going Marth, and I think it's the same logic here that I had. He's choosing a character with gloves, and not only that, fingerless gloves. I wore fingerless gloves to a tournament once, and I can confirm that it made me look ridiculous, but I also did a little better. So I think this is a good strategy. I think the problem with fingerless gloves is that if he's trying to do something dirty, he'll leave fingerprints. Unlike Wario, that's the advantage of the whole hand gloves. But you know, what can you do? It's still gloves, you know. Yeah, 56-58. I think those gloves are working. Oh boy. Maybe oh no, I've jinxed it. Oh no. I have ruined it. Soiled it. Spooky F smash there. You know what they should do for Marth? He's got the fingerless gloves, right? So he's already halfway there. They need to give him like, what am I trying to say? Some like ridiculous 80s shades, right? So that way, it's just like, I don't know. That'd be interesting. They give him like some like reflecto shades and fingerless gloves. That'd be cool. I'd make that myself if I wasn't talentless, but unfortunately, I don't possess the skittles needed to make that. Ooh, up tilt. How about casual it is? Just like, whoop. Whoop, just gonna slightly swing my sword up. You know, it's interesting to think about, speaking of swords, it's interesting to think about Smash in a way kind of similar to HEMA, which is historical European martial arts. It's basically mostly swordplay, but it's also spears and stuff. Because that's a thing people do. And there's the whole idea behind it, where usually the way it works is if someone gets tapped with a sword, that's it. The other person gets a point, right? You're not supposed to get touched. Because the idea being that's going to probably disable you, depending, or worse, depending on where you get hit. But at minimum, you're going to be disabled. So it's always people trying to take like very safe jabs at each other, just looking for the slightest opening and not trying to get hit at all. And like, that was interesting to me a while back when I realized that like fighting games are kind of like that. It's like, you just want to be safe until you get kind of an opening. And if you only get a slight hit and don't get hit in return, that's better than like getting whammoed, you know? Getting the old Slim Jim snapped, you know? So, I don't know. It's an interesting kind of... I mean, at the end of the day, it's fighting. One's a video game, one's a martial art, but... Still, there's a parallel there. I think it's cool. Alright. So Twisty takes that.
Yes,
Wario. I'm surprised that the fingerless gloves did not work out. I wanted them to. Because then my theory would have been like extra reinforced. But alas, it's a sad day. I'm going to go home and cry in a corner. But not until after I buy Wendy's. You know how to set Germans off? Enter any chat they're in and say "Seek Howdy." That's how to set them off. I accidentally did that in the chat once because it's the name of an album. Which D'Angelo's closed? There's only one D'Angelo's in the mall. It's the one down at the food court. It was right next to Sarku Japan. It's the one that always got my name wrong. Like, they got Cletus correct one week, and then the next week I told them my name was Cletus again, and they spelled it Cledes. C-L-E-D-E-S. I loved that place. I also hated it. It was a really love-hate relationship.